Today on Inquirer, Philippine National Police calls on the International Criminal Court to respect the country's sovereignty and justice system.
We are not hiding anything. What we are asking is for ICC to also give due respect to the judicial processes that we have in our country.
Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Juan Ponce Enrile says he won't recognize ICC's jurisdiction and wants investigators arrested if they visit the Philippines. President Bongbong Marcos signs Philippine Development Plan for 2023 to 2028. And another round of fuel price hike to be implemented tomorrow. Good evening. The Philippine National Police on Monday maintained that it is not hiding anything and called on the International Criminal Court to respect the country's judicial system in relation to the investigation on the drug war killings. In a news briefing on Monday, PNP Chief General Rodolfo Azurin Jr. said that they are fully cooperating with the Department of Justice in reviewing the cases of its personnel found liable for procedural lapses in anti-illegal drugs operations. He also stressed that the PNP is not hiding anything and that they are asking the ICC to respect the country's judicial process. Azurin is urging the ICC to instead submit evidence should they find any, but he said that they will be in charge of the process.
We are not hiding anything. Ang ano lang dyan is, I think what we are asking is for ICC to also give due respect to the judicial processes that we have in our country. Because we are a sovereign country, we have our own judicial proceeding, and then let them magsabit sila kung may maitutulong sila, and we will do the process. We will do the process. Sabi ko nga is tuloy-tuloy naman yung pag-iimbestiga natin. I think we have to respect the stand of the final stand of our government, but the PNP would always continue to investigate itong mga cases na inidudulog nila sa ICC. The PNP encourages the ICC to respect the Philippines' sovereignty and acknowledge the capacity of the Philippines' judicial system. The PNP is fully cooperating with the Department of Justice in reviewing cases involving police personnel found liable for lapses on police operational procedures in our anti-illegal drug operations.
Meanwhile, Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Juan Ponce Enrile told reporters in an interview that he does not recognize the jurisdiction of the ICC and that they will have no power over the country. Enrile also said the ICC must ask permission for their investigators to enter the country. Last week, the ICC said it would resume the full-blown probe into the numerous deaths in Duterte's bloody drug war and the Davao Death Squad killings.
I'm telling you, as lawyer of the president, I will not allow, as far as I'm concerned, I will not recognize the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court of Justice. They have no sovereign power over us. If they will come here, if I were to be followed, I will cause their arrest. They interfere too much with our internal affairs. I will not allow them to come into the country to investigate here. They have to ask permission.
The Philippine Army on Monday resumed its search and rescue operations in the Sierra Madre mountain range in Isabela to locate a missing Cessna 206 aircraft. To tell us more, here's John Eric Mendoza reporting live. Eric?
The Philippine Army today said that their search and rescue operations is ongoing in the possible wreckage site of a Cessna plane located at the Sierra Madre mountain range in Isabela. According to the Army, the 3 search and rescue teams from the 95th Infantry Battalion and the 5th Infantry Division were deployed in the jungles of the Vilacan town, which local government authorities identified as the possible wreckage site. The Army said 2 squads composed of 9 personnel and 10 personnel each are scouring the hinterlands of Barangay Sapinit in Divilacan, while the third squad, composed of 15 personnel, is currently searching the jungles of Barangay Dicaruyan, also in Divilacan town. This was in addition to the search and rescue efforts conducted by the Cagayan Valley Regional Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. It can be recalled that the Cessna single-engine plane went missing after departing from Kawayan Airport in Isabela in the afternoon of January 23. 6 people, including the pilots, were aboard the missing plane. Neil?
Erica, just one question. What are the angles that authorities are looking at right now? Have they managed to narrow down the search area for this aircraft?
Yes, Neil, it may be hard for the authorities to determine that right now as the search and rescue operations is still ongoing. They need to find the debris of the crash where the black box could be found. A black box refers to the cockpit voice recorder and data flight recorder or flight data recorder. The data on the recorders may help investigators to determine what caused the crash, but the wreckage site has not been found yet as of present. Neil?
Okay, we'll wait for further developments on this story. That's John Eric Mendoza reporting live. The Commission on Elections said it has so far recorded 1.5 million voter registrations as of January 21, ahead of the barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. The latest data of 1,538,968 voter registrations came just a day before the end of the poll body's latest leg of voter registration on January 31 and is only slightly higher than the previously recorded number less than a week ago. It should be noted, however, that the latest numbers do not yet reflect registrants recorded past January 21. Meanwhile, a total of 8,651 registrants were recorded in Comelec's Register Anywhere program from December 17 last year to January 27 this year. The SEDE project allows Filipinos to register in places other than their residence. To recall, Comelec previously noted the lack of voter registrations, prompting it to launch voter education seminars to boost the number of registered voters nationwide, prioritizing far-flung areas with low voter turnout. Next on Inquirer today. It's confirmed Vinny Marcos, President Marcos' son, is working as an intern for House Speaker Martin Romualdez' office. President Bongbong Marcos signs Philippine Development Plan for 2023 to 2028. And another round of fuel price hike to be implemented starting tomorrow. This is Inquirer Today. We'll be back shortly.
Ako po si Romulo Revilla, senior na construction workers po. Isang carpenter. Ako po'y nagawa ng mga tripod na gawa sa mga kahoy na hindi na mapakinabangan bago ginawa ko itong mga agila o dragon para maibinta sakali makabili kami ng bigas. Ngayon, matagal man maibinta ang iba dahil mas mahal man ang halaga, nangunguha na rin ako ng mga niyog. Aralan ko rin kung paano ko mapagkuhaan ng pangtustos sa pangangailangan pang-araw-araw. Kaya nagawa kong maggawa ng turtle, lubukan ko, art, mga hunggoy, matching, at saka yung ahas. Ito lang po ang pinaglibangan ko habang wala pa akong matrabaho sa construction. Noon po, nagtrabaho ako sa San Carlos City, Negros. Maliit pa ako. Ngayon, paglaki ko, na-recall ko dahil sa hirap ng buhay. Pinabalikan ko yung mga nakaraan ko kung paano ko ma-survive ang paghanap buhay na gawa ng mga nyog at saka yung mga dripod. Yung umpisa po, balatan ang kunin ang first layer niya na balat, yun na po. Kuha na ng kutsilyo, mag-umpisa na magkulit kung ano ang gusto mo na hayop na gusto mong gawin. Katapos, lagyan ng stick wheel, balutin ng stick wheel bago lagyan ng lupa na naka-filter, nakaayag, buhangin. Ready for pinting, varnish, pinting, ganon. Sa mga nakikita ko sa mga puntahan ko na lugar, bago inaano ko lang sa isip ko, hanggang naghaba ang lakad sa panahon, sinubukan ko na gawin ang mga nakikita ko noon.
William Vincent Vinny Marcos, son of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., is currently an intern for House of Representatives Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez. The latter's office confirmed on Monday. Romualdez's office released a statement confirming rumors that the chief executive's youngest son has been working for the Speaker's office. The younger Marcos has been an intern since last January 23. According to Romualdez's office, he will be mentored on the daily activities of the House of Representatives and legislative process. Vinny will undergo the same training as his eldest brother, Senior Deputy Majority Leader and Ilocos Norte 1st District Representatives, Ferdinand Alexander Sandro Marcos, the office added. It could be remembered that before running for office, Sandro worked for the office of Romualdez in the 18th Congress, when the latter was working as Majority Floor Leader. Romualdez is the first cousin of President Marcos on the maternal side. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. has signed an executive order approving and adopting the Philippine Development Plan for the period 2023 to 2028. The Presidential Communications Office announced the plan on Monday, saying it would serve as the country's roadmap to economic recovery. Under EO number 14, the development plan aims to bring back the country to a high-growth trajectory and, more importantly, enable economic and social transformation for a prosperous, inclusive, and resilient society. The PCO said that Marcos's 8-point socio-economic agenda served as the foundation for the plan, which seeks to reinvigorate job creation and accelerate poverty reduction while addressing the issues brought by the COVID-19 pandemic. Marcos said, as quoted by PCO, that they have approved the said development plan, setting it as a framework for the country as it includes all areas of priority. He added that the said plan will facilitate the alignment of all government departments and agencies to ensure that they are working in the same direction. By the end of the first quarter of 2023, the PCO said the PDP 2023 to 2028 would have been fully formulated and updated annually or as needed by DENEDA. The pump price of gasoline, diesel, and kerosene prices will increase by at least 1 peso per liter starting tomorrow, January 31. Starting 6 a.m. tomorrow, oil company Shell and Sea Oil is set to increase the price of gasoline by 1 peso and 30 centavos per liter, while 1 peso will be added to the price of diesel. Kerosene is also expected to rise by 1 peso and 35 centavos per liter. While for clean fuel, 1 peso and 30 centavos per liter will be added to the price of gasoline and 1 peso per liter for diesel, effective 4:01 p.m. Local fuel prices are based on the average mean of Platts Singapore. The mean of Platts Singapore is the daily average price of refined petroleum products in Singapore trading. It is used for pricing petroleum products in Southeast Asia. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Irvin Santiago ng Bandera. Irvin?
Hi Neil at sa lahat ng mga kabandera natin all over the universe. Ito naman ang latest Bandera Chika. Mainit pa rin pinag-uusapan sa apat na sulok ng ka-showbizan ang ginawang pag-amin ni Paulo Contis na hindi na siya nagpapadala ng sustento sa kanyang mga anak. may 2 anak si Paolo sa dating miyembro ng EB Babes na si Lian Paz at isa naman kay LJ Reyes. Sabi ng kapuso actor sa panayam ng Fast Talk with Boy Abunda, may mga sarili siyang dahilan kung bakit itinigil na niya ang pagsusustento sa kanyang mga anak na puro babae. Pero nag-iipon naman daw si Paolo ngayon para sa mga bata na balak niyang ibigay sa mga ito pagdating ng tamang panahon. Tulad ng inaasahan, maraming nag-react sa naging pahayag ng kapuso actor at karamihan nga ay kumontra sa kanya at hinusgahan pa ang kanyang pagiging tatay. Isa sa matapang na nagkomento hinggil sa issue ay ang pambansang marites na si Zian Gasa na tulad ni Paolo ay mayroon ding anak sa 2 babaeng nakarelasyon niya noon. Sa pamamagitan ng open letter na ipinost niya sa Facebook, pinagsabihan ni Zia ng aktor at nilinaw na hindi niya ito na hinihiya o binabash dahil nga magkatulad nga ang kanilang sitwasyon. Naiintindihan daw ni Zian kung bakit hindi na nagbibigay ng sustento si Paolo dahil baka hindi nga naman napupunta sa kapakanan ng mga anak ang pera. Pero nagbahagi ang SOCMED personality sa naging karanasan niya noon sa nanay ng isa niyang anak. Nag-away daw sila nito at humantong pa sa social media drama. Siniraan daw siya nito sa publiko without a proper basis hanggang sa nalaman niyang nagkaroon pala ito ng postpartum depression. Nag-reach out naman daw ito sa kanya at humingi ng tawad. Kasunod dito sinabi ni Zia na hanggang ngayon ay regular pa rin ang pagpapadala niya ng sustento sa kanyang anak. Paalala pa niya kay Paolo, no matter what issues you have with their moms, kesyo hindi napupunta sa tama yung sustentong ipinapadala mo, obligasyon mo pa rin magpadala ng fixed amount every month para sa araw-araw na gastusin ng mga bata. Iniwanan natin sila ng mga anak na palalaki ng ilang taon at araw-araw aalagaan habang tayo ay nagbubuhay binata. That's the least that we can do for them. At yan ang bandera chika natin today. Thanks, Neil!
Maraming salamat, Irvin. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Catch Inquirer Today live every weekdays at 6 p.m. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.